Well, we are here on a Monday night. And who is going to be the Master of Arms? It is going to be none other than Mr. Michael Herman, or as I like to say, Hoerman, because that's the way it's spelled. But I guess it's Herman. So Michael has come out of the depths to bring us another set, and I'm sure most of you could probably guess which songs will probably be on here. I have not looked at his list, but I'm pretty sure what the set will bring as well. But I might be wrong. Do you have something different for us? I'm going to assume maybe some Rush, maybe some Mark Bonilla, and maybe another Odd Logic song I think will be in there. Which I'm not complaining about any of those because I like all of them. So let's see what kind of thunder, as Scott K says, Michael brings. All right, so let's get into this right away. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, you've actually written quite a lot. I like this, Michael. You're going to explain some stuff to us. He says, okay, time for another set list. This one is going to be mostly tunes that I've wanted to put on this other list, but didn't for one reason or the other. Sort of my own hodgepodge. I am adding 2 Odd Logic tunes, sweet, as well as I get near the end of what I thought was their best stuff. After this, I've only 2 more in the next set, okay? And unless I do one of their long 20-minute songs, that will be it for them. Their last 3 albums have been great, but the stuff before that sounds very different and more experimental. Sean was working on his own for those previous albums, but the band members were back for these last 3, and I think it makes a big difference in the songwriting. 6 tunes, but only 33 minutes of music, so if Cap doesn't go on and on about a high estate, are you calling for it? Because there really wasn't much to say. I'm not actually going to talk about high estate. I'm just sad that Shittigan somehow had 32 passing yards and still won the game because USC comes to the Big Ten and finds very, very quickly that you can't stop the run. You're not going to do anything. So I think Oregon's going to face the same fate because Oregon's defense doesn't do very well. So it's probably going to end up going back to whether Ohio State can stop their run at the end of the year. And I think that we can this year, hopefully. That's all I'm going to say about it. We will get through this in well under an hour. Well, we're already at 6 minutes. So let's get into this. First song is Last Watch by Odd Logic. This is the intro song to the Last Watch of the Nightingale album. It's an instrumental, so Ryan's not going to like it, with some great riffs and other cool stuff. It also foreshadows some melodies that appear later in the album. While it's not a verse-chorus setup, you will recognize a main theme that keeps coming back, giving a sort of home base to the song. It's 6 minutes long, which I think is a healthy long length for a instrumental. So I think, is it Scott also doesn't like instrumentals? Let's see. That's the way the song is supposed to start. Okay, here's something. Sounds like we're on a ship, which would be right for Odd Logic. Like the eeriness of it. I have a feeling this is going to get loud at some point, so I might want to turn it down. Nice. I think the filter was on there from the last set. I just didn't take it off. How's that? I like that. Yes. Oh, I love this. I'm telling you what. Fuck yes. Woo! Nice switch there. Yes. This does have a Haken feel to me. It doesn't sound the same engineer-wise, but the parts are very Haken-y. Like this. I like how they keep switching. It fits together really well. Okay, it's a little weird. Okay, I will say I like the first two parts. This is a little more avant-garde-y. Like this. Ooh. Ooh. I like those subtle like accents. Ooh, that was cool. It's weird how far the background that is. Back to the beginning. What did you just say? Something launch? All right, I think that's it. Okay, so I'm definitely going to say, oh, last watch. Okay, so I'm definitely going to say I liked it. There were a few parts that, I've said this even with Dream Theater, like I'm not really into the whole like really quirky kind of kind of shit. And there was like a section in there that had that, but it was short enough that it didn't annoy me. But if it would have stayed like that for a while, I probably would have got bored very quickly, but it didn't do that. I really like the beginning back and forth between the heavy and that like cool, like loungy kind of feel. I think it was very, very good. And I'm going to say, like, out of all the Odd Logic we've had on here, they've only had like one or two possible like songs, and the rest of them I really, really loved. So I'm going to actually say, in my opinion, for me, this year, Odd Logic is probably my favorite band that I've discovered this year. After all these songs, man, I just have so many of them on playlists, and I'm pretty sure this is going to go on a playlist. Not as good as some of the other ones they have, but it's up there. It's like in the upper tier, but it's not in the top tier, is the best way I can put it. So, man, Odd Logic is kicking some serious ass for me. So, keep bringing it. I definitely think this is probably my favorite new band, because obviously Caligula's Horse, Leprous, I knew from before, but I'm pretty sure Odd Logic is like a this year 2024 band, right? Have they been on there before? If it was late 2023 that we first heard Odd Logic. So definitely probably my newest favorite band that we've had on the channel. Love it. So let's get to number 2. He says, of the Nightingale by Odd Logic. So here we go. You will note that the titles of this and the previous song spell out the title of the album. Okay, got it. They are connected musically as well as some themes that repeat from Last Watch and this one. If Cap doesn't like this song, it will be because it doesn't have the verse-chorus set up again that he craves. But if he does like it, it will be because of great riffs, good smooth transitions, interesting sections, and a small growl section in the beginning. Which, I've said this, I think, before, but there is a song by them where he does... why can't I think of what he does this like, and I can't remember the word that he says, but I actually love it. I love it. So we've now heard the entire album except for a 20-minute song called Boundary Division, which I'm not sure I'll put on a playlist or set list, as it's long listen for most of us. This song is 8 minutes, however, so let's get into it. Okay. Okay. So you said smooth transitions, but so far I haven't been experiencing that in this song. I feel like, especially that stop and then going into this, was like okay, let's just completely switch it up. Because I had this cool riff and I'm just going to put it in the song. Yeah, I do like the riffs. He has a unique voice, but I like it. I dig it. Whoa! Definitely not liking the song as much as the first one. It's not hitting me. I like the riffs, but that's about it so far. Okay, now is it going to go into a completely weird section? Because again, it's not going to feel like a good transition. Okay, that was a good transition. It felt like it continued and switched instead of just like, let's add a completely unconnected riff because I like the riff. I'm going to call this section 2.
Please. Exception.
I actually would have liked it if this was the beginning of the song.
Forgive. Regret. These may be my last words.
Fucking beautiful. Definitely my favorite part of the song. Like that. Down, down. I'm telling you what, I do not know how Odd Logic does not have more listeners. This section is fucking awesome. Drummer's so tight on his accents. Nice. Kind of building a little bit. Honestly, they should have just started with this section and just left out that whole middle or beginning part. It would have been better if it was like a middle after this started. This is fucking awesome. Yes. That sounded very much like In the Presence of Enemies. Okay, see, I even like this better after hearing that section. It fits better than it's starting the song like this, in my opinion. Dude, this is totally like Odd Logic's version of In the Presence of Enemies. Part 1. Love his voice too in this. Ooh, nice. Exactly, Manuel. Cut out the first 2 minutes or just move it to the other end, and it would have been way better, in my opinion, of a choice. Hear that bass? Nice upper octave range run. Another smooth transition. Baggins. That's a little badunk. Psh. If it ends on this, I'm going to say this song is one of my better favorite songs by them if you completely delete the first 2 minutes. Is that the end? I think so. All right. So as I said, I'm going to pick 1, 2. Let's try to type that again. As I said, this would be one of my favorite songs by them if it wasn't for that beginning. That beginning, though I think some of the riffs were cool, just didn't make sense, especially when it stopped and transitioned to the next part where you're like, that was like, hey, we got another riff, let's just put it in there. It didn't seem like it fit very well. But then when it went into that kind of chill section, from that point on, that would be in my top tier Odd Logic songs. So it's going to be hard to figure that out because it's going to be like, the first 2 minutes were not bad. They just, to me, felt like they didn't fit. And as I think people were talking about in the chat, it seems like maybe they're just trying to do something different. I can grant you that. But again, this is a first reaction channel. And this is my first reaction. It's not what I would look for, even though I commend you for trying to be a little bit different. It didn't fit, in my opinion. I know that makes it difficult, but I definitely think that song was great after the first 2 minutes or whatever that first section was. So nice work. Whether that would go on a playlist or not, I'm gonna have to listen to it again and see if I can get over the first 2 minutes. And if I can, it probably will. All right, so number 3, this is Satch Boogie by Joe Satriani, who we've had on the channel quite a bit now. This is just a cool jam with a catchy intro, nice solo work, and the backing parts during the solo are sweet. The recording level is low, so you're going to need to crank up the volume cap. This is a 3-minute song. Let's hear it, Satch. Nice. See why it's called Satch Boogie. Surfing with the alien. There we go. Sounds like Hot for Teacher. I think I know this song too. I feel like I know this. Yeah, I've heard this before too. It sounds very familiar. But I wouldn't say I've listened to it a lot. Maybe this is like, I've heard it more on like intros to Satriani kind of videos. Okay, that was a little interesting of a drum fill there. Kind of seemed like he was trying to make something fit that didn't. I feel like this is that technique where you put your hand on the neck here and then do this up here. Hammering, or they got some weird effect on it. Double time. Oh, that part was cool. Very jazzy. Easy. Ooh. And that is the end, folks. All right, so I would say that was a cool song. I think I'm going to go with Herman's here only because of that first 2 minutes. When you have an instrumental like that, it's nice when it's short and sweet, so I'll dig it for that. I like it a little bit more than 2 just because of that first 2 minutes, but if it was just after 2 minutes, 2 would definitely be probably my number 1 song for tonight. But it seems like a lot of us kind of agree so far. We all have 1, 3, 2, except for Nick, who's the weirdo. Just kidding. Let's get into song number 4. Song number 4 is Animal by Toto. What? Are we going back? This song is too poppy and cheesy for my taste. So then why are you putting it on here? So then why did I put it on my set? You heard me. Because it has one of my favorite lead intros, or it says lead ins to a guitar solo I've ever heard. The horns give you a great breakdown, and the guitar kicking through on the silent breaks in between is awesome. Steve Lukather's, I think is how you say it, solo is of course good as always, but the lead in is gold. May need the volume up on this one too, Cap. Okay, this is 5 minutes long. So if I hear you correctly in your description, you're basically saying this song is your, what did we do the hodgepodge set before? Was your guilty pleasure song. I'm assuming because you start off by saying this is too poppy and cheesy for your taste, but you still like it seems. So is this your guilty pleasure song? Animal by Toto. Here we go. Nice. Let me turn it up. Got a nice groove.
I never felt like this with someone.
Someone.
I can feel this way at all. Destination by appointment. Storybook realities are coming true.
True.
I was scared you looked so
Ooh, hear that? So the bass player is actually rolling right now. This is something that band I go see on Sundays would probably play. It's got that bass line, that groovy bass line. Listen to that. So Manuel Romero, can you play this kind of like walking lines on bass? I think this is cool. I can totally see the band that I see on Sunday nights kind of covering this song and making it a little bit more funkier. I love that low fucking 5th string on the bass that he's rolling on sometimes. It's got that fart bass sound. That's my kind of bass sound. I love that. Sure, Scott. What year would this song have come out? Because it's got an 80s sound to it, but it also has like that 70 Earth, Wind & Fire kind of R&B feel. Yay! Okay, there's the lead in. Yes, I agree with you there, Herman. Dude, that bass is absolutely rolling. This is very like Tower of Power bass line, Earth, Wind, and Fire kind of bass line. Manuel Romero, you never answered my question. Can you play this kind of bass? Because I think these walking lines are kind of difficult to like be in the groove while you're still kind of walking. I think I'm going to agree with Ivanator here. Fuck yeah, man. This is my second favorite song that we've listened to tonight. It's a little long, but... I want you to do some videos of that, Manuel Romero, so we can see that shit. If you can play... what's that Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake duet? I can't think of it now because this music's playing in my ear. But the bass line on that's pretty difficult, I think. Nice. Hell yeah, that's my second favorite song of the night, y'all. That thing was freaking awesome. Dude, I'm telling you, that kind of groovy, I can see why you call it cheesy, but I don't see it really that cheesy. I think it's just good music. His voice is a little peculiar, but I think it was good. Hell yeah. Yeah, so groovy 80s cheese. I wouldn't call it cheese. I know I can see why people call it cheese, but Richard Marx is just like, you can call that cheese, but fucking dude can sing and write great songs. So, all right, let's get into song number 5. This is Animal by Steve Vai. You can decide which animal you like best, but for me, it's always Steve Vai, because we just did Animal by Toto. Just another great jam with 2 verses before Steve goes into a super tasty solo. After that, all hell breaks loose as Steve goes nuts before coming back to the main riff. Always love this tune. Again, these older songs are at lower levels, so may need to be up in volume again. So this is 4 minutes long. I have a question for you before we go into this song. Out of like the solo artists, which the main 2 would obviously be Satriani and Vai, let's throw Eric Johnson in there because I think he's also... I'm not going to put Petrucci in there because I don't think Petrucci is a solo artist. I think he did solo stuff, but I don't think he's a solo artist, whereas those 3 kind of are. Maybe not Eric Johnson as much, but who is your preference? Because I know a lot of people who love Satch, and I know a lot of people who obviously love Steve Vai. But between the 2, they obviously have their different kind of focal points and their different kind of writing styles. Who do you prefer? Yeah, just be interested what you guys would put on there between those 2. Here we go. I think I just have a little problem with, you want to talk about cheesy, I think Steve Vai's John Mayer antics on stage are just way over the top. And it kind of turns me off a little bit. But I can look past that and still objectively say who I like better. I would put Gary Hoey in there too, because Gary Hoey is also, I think, an incredible solo artist. like this today because love this groove here. Slap. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say that? I don't know his name, but his channel is freaking awesome. Is that his name, Davey? I love his videos. He does a great job. I am the best bassist. Slap. Reminds me of like... Sorry, I got interrupted by this awesome solo. Yeah, I can just imagine as Steve is doing this, he's going, and it just annoys the shit out of me. Okay. So, definitely think I liked that kind of more groovy kind of Vi song. I have not heard that one before. Where would I put that on the list? I think I'm going to put that right in the middle. So that is going as 1, 4, 5, 3, 2 for me. Do me and Ivanator still agree, or is she trying to find a way to disagree because she can't handle it? But to answer your guys is, oh my gosh, we actually agree. Ivy, what's going on? And so does Mr. Manuel Romero. Can't believe it. Yeah, I don't count Malmsteen because he's such a douche. And I just think, okay, maybe that's a good way to talk about it, because when it comes between Satch and Vi songs for me, I definitely think Vi is more technical than Satch. Whether that's by choice or just the way they write, or because he's actually technically better than Satriani. However, I give the more like tasty, musician-y songwriting skill more to Satriani. That's the way I take them. But I'd be interested how you guys may take them. Now, Malmsteen to me is obviously technically better than probably both of them, but he absolutely is the worst songwriter. Until he plays blues. When I hear Malmsteen play blues and he just chills a little bit with the stupid neoclassical runs of chromatic scales, I think he's great. I'd like and actually listen to that. But the rest of his stuff, I feel like he would probably be way over here where it gets very technically boring fast. Satriani, I don't think is necessarily as technical enough. And then you have Vi that's kind of right in the middle that does a good mixture of technical and good songwriting skills. But that's my take. I'd be interested what you guys think. And if you're listening to this and you are a solo guitarist person, who would you pick? I'm sure Guthrie Govan is now considered a solo guitarist, and I think a lot of people are jumping on his ship. He's probably like the new breed of that. I don't include Petrucci in that because I think Petrucci is a band writer and he does great at writing band stuff. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I'd be interested. Put a comment if you are a person that didn't get to this live stream, and tell us who you like between Vi, Satriani, and let's, I guess, throw Malmsteen and Guthrie Govan in there because I think he's the new wave of that stuff. All right, let's get on to the last song. Oh, this is going to get blocked, I bet. This is Limelight by Rush. This is probably my top 3 Rush songs. I remember back when this song first came on the radio and was quite popular, and me thinking that most people listening had no idea that the meter was constantly changing in the song. But the song is so well written that you don't even notice that 6/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 4/4 meters are used throughout the tune. This is also features one of Alex Lifeson's greatest solos, not technical, but all feel. The break leading into the solo where he uses the vibrato arm to dive from higher note to a lower note is heavenly, as it's the use of vibrato arm during the whole solo. Geddy's bass work is, of course, awesome, and Neil just fits everything perfectly with his well-placed fills and beats. So there you go. I'm glad to get these tunes off my list as I've been holding on to them forever, and it seems. Hope you enjoyed it. This is going to be my favorite song for sure out of everything because the song just fucking rips. I can play this on drums. I hate that the latency's back. So I'm already going to say that this song is my favorite, so let's get that out of the way. I love how he does the hi-hat right here. I don't think this was on Rush's final semi-final set, right? But it should have been. I love that. Scott, I couldn't have picked it. I did tell them to pick it because remember they already had a team for Rush. Oh. There's that famous ride pattern that Neil does in so many of his songs. Man, I just think this might be my favorite song by them. Man, that bass is just rolling. This whole album is so good. Every song on this album is great, even The Witch Hunt. drum fills. Oh my gosh, it's so great. And I can just see it now. That stupid channel, who I will not name, would be like, I don't know, man. I can't get past his voice and there's not enough hooks. That is one of the greatest songs ever written in the history of music. And I'm not even joking. That is just man, that song is so fucking good. Like, I think amongst all of my favorite Dream Theater songs, that song would probably be in the top 5 of all time songs, because it's just so good. It's so good. Yeah, I wonder if this will get blocked afterwards, because I mean, I guess people have done a lot of reactions to this. But either way, Rush fans, I think if I heard this song live, I might actually cry, because it's that good. That song is just so fucking... Yeah, everything about that song is perfect. There's not a single thing they could have done to make that song better. But yeah, have a great week. We do have a set coming up this Saturday, which will be Ryan's winning set from his duel set with, let's see, Colin. So he won that first set, so he's going to get a winning set. And then on the Monday 30th, I told you guys in the Discord, there are 5 Hodgepodge songs. I have only received one from Scott K and Nick D, and I don't even know who the other 3 are. So you need to send me your actual songs this week, or we're not going to do it next Monday. So make sure that you get it in. And then the Saturday after that, October 5th, we have a set by Mr. Adrian, and then we are free. So we're getting to the end. If there aren't any sets turned in after October 5th, then we will not be having any sets. So keep that in mind. Have a great week, and we will see you guys on Saturday. Peace out. Nice job, Michael. I loved almost every song on here. I think I did love every song. Peace.